Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you a very common use case in cloud applications. As you can see on the screen, I'm talking about when you want to invoke a Lambda function after a file is uploaded into an S3 bucket. In the diagram, a client can be a person uploading a file manually through the AWS console or an application copying files. After a file is uploaded into an S3 bucket, AWS will publish an event and will trigger the Lambda function with all the information of the file and the S3 bucket. Additionally, I'm going to show you how to implement this use case using two different frameworks, Serverless Framework and AWS CDK. The Serverless Framework, I will say, is the most popular framework today for developing serverless applications, and the AWS CDK is the new kid in town from the AWS folks. So I recommend you to take a look at both. This is not an introduction to Serverless Framework and AWS CDK. Hopefully in another video I will do that. We're gonna use first the Serverless Framework to create our application. So let's go to the console and let's generate the project. SLS, it will ask you the language. Let's select Python for this example. Now let's name our project. Lambda trigger. And now. Okay. Now let's remove all these comments to make it very simple. I always like to put the default stage so I don't have to put it in the command line. Now let me copy the Lambda configuration. Okay, what this is saying is how we want to trigger our Lambda function. So as you can see here, the event will be from S3, and then we are saying, okay, whenever there is a new object created, let's invoke our Lambda function, and this will be the bucket. Now we need to update our Lambda function because we are saying, okay, this is gonna be on a lib folder and named like this. So let's create a folder named lib. Let's move the default Lambda created. Now let's name it upload handler, and we'll have a method named handle. For this example, let's just print the event that will come from S3. And now we just need to deploy our application. But before, let's clean this up. Now let's go to the console again and run the deploy command. This may take a little bit of time because the first time it'll create the bucket, and it may take some minutes. So I will probably pause the video and come back when it's ready. Okay, after our deployment is done, now let's go and try our application in the AWS console. Let's go to S3. As you can see here, our deployment created two buckets. The first one is a bucket created by the Serverless Framework out of the box to upload all the resources needed. For example, the Lambda code that's gonna be deployed, and this is the bucket that we created. Now let's go here and let's upload simple file, and if our application worked, we should see an event on CloudWatch. Go here, and this is our event. Let's see here more closer. This is a JSON. Let's replace her to be able to format it. And now format document. Perfect. Okay, as you can see here, this is the section that gives us the information of the file. Inside S3, we have the information of the bucket that triggered the event, and this is our object. This is the key. So it worked. Now let's go and implement our serverless application using the AWS CDK. For now, let's close this. Let's go back. And we need to create a new folder. For this example, let's do something different and use TypeScript instead of Python. Use TypeScript. Now we need to run the command CDK. Remember, before this, you need to have the CDK installed. I have all the links needed in the GitHub page, so check that out. Init language type script. Oops. Okay, so by default, it'll name your project with the same name of the root folder. It's installing now a lot of npm dependency, and now it's done. So let's go open the project. Now we need to go to lib, and we're going to put our code here in the stack. So for that, I'm going to copy the code. It'll be faster. And what we're doing here is declaring our bucket. After that, we need to declare our Lambda function, right? So here we are saying, okay, the runtime for our Lambda function will be Node.js 12. The code will be on the lib folder. In a few seconds, we're going to create that. And the handler will be upload handler with the method handle. The final piece will be to relate our Lambda function with the bucket event. So we are saying, okay, add object creation notification. When this happens, we're going to send that to our Lambda function. We do that with the Lambda destination. Now, as you can see, we are missing all the imports. So now we need to import the correct libraries. And one thing with the AWS CDK is that it's very modular. So that means that we need to install the different modules that we're gonna need, right? So those are npm packages. So let's go and install those here, right? We need the AWS Lambda, S3, and S3 notification. And now we need to run npm install. After npm install is completed, now we need to create our Lambda function here. So I'm gonna copy that, paste, right? We're going to do something similar in the last example. We're just gonna print the event, right? And then, so let's review this again. So we're saying, okay, our Lambda function will be in the lib folder, and the file name will be upload handler this here, and the method will be named handle, right? So as you can see, we're doing the same thing that we did with Serverless Framework, but from code, right? I can see the power of this The CDK right now supports TypeScript, JavaScript, Python, Java, and C#. Now let's use the CDK CLI to deploy our application. In this case, because it's the first time that we're deploying the application and we have a Lambda function, we need to call the command name bootstrap. Bootstrap. The bootstrap command is needed when you need to upload an asset. For example, a Lambda function is an asset that we need to upload to an S3 bucket and then deploy it to the Lambda runtime. So in this case, is copying the Lambda function, and after that we can deploy our application. Okay, after the bootstrap is done, let's go ahead and deploy it. CDK deploy. It's gonna ask us to confirm all the changes, and now it's deploying the application. After deployment is done, now let's go ahead to the AWS console and try our application. Let's go to S3. As you can see, there are two new buckets. This one was created in the bootstrap phase, so the CDK upload all the assets needed, and this is the bucket that we declared. So let's go here and let's upload the file. In this case, the same file. And now let's go to CloudWatch and verify that the event is there, that the Lambda function received the event. Okay, this was the CloudWatch group that was created by the Serverless Framework, and this is the one created by the CDK TypeScript. Okay, and as we can see here, the event was received. Here we can see the bucket that triggered the event, and this is the object. Before we end this video, I want to show you how you can find the code for each application. I created a bucket name, so this is a repository in GitHub, Cloud Recipes, when I'm gonna be putting all the code for the video tutorials. In this case is a 3 or low Lambda trigger, and here you can see CDK TypeScript and serverless Python. If you go there, you will find how to deploy and run the application for each of those. So I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and see you on the next one.